upon a time there was a tree, a finest tree you never did see. That tree was now. Okay, my dear learners, once again this is lesson 22, math A, and in this lesson we are now looking at pie charts. So we are going to discuss what we call a pie chart. So here we have brief notes about pie chart. They are telling us that it is also called a circle graph. Yeah, it is also called a circle graph, and there are three kinds of pie charts here. One, we have a fractional pie chart, we have a degree pie chart, we have a percentage pie chart. Now they're telling us that a pie chart is used, or pie charts are used to show the quantity of something spent. Pie charts add up to 360 degrees, and so these pie charts that add to 360 degrees, we call them the percentage pie charts. For example, if we have this circle graph, this is our circle. It is divided into two semicircles. So we have this upper semicircle and we have this lower semicircle. Now if we get this semicircle, it is a size of a protractor. So from this one it's 0, then up to here it is 180 degrees. Then when we look at this also lower semicircle, which we do join to get a circle, now from it will be a 0, then up to it will be 180, meaning that on moving from here to 180, then from 0 to another 180, then you have covered 360 degrees in terms of degrees. And all these pie charts they end up into what we call degrees. And again we have what we call a percentage pie charts. For example, I can get my circle graph and I divide it into terms of in terms of percentages. I put here 20, then I give this one 40, I give this one 10, I give this one maybe y. So meaning that this is what we call a percentage pie chart. It is in terms of percentages, which means that I have to add, and when I add what is the total percentage, it is 100%. So when they are in terms of percentages, they add up to 100 degrees. In form of degrees like this one, they have to add up to 360 degrees, 180 up and 180 down. Okay, so we also have what we call fractional pie charts. So the pie charts which we use to show fractions. For example, I can draw my circle, then I divide it into these parts. I have this part here, 1 2 3 4. So this one it is taking 1 out of 4 parts, then this part here takes 2 out of 4 parts, then this one will take 1 out of 4 parts. So this one becomes a fractional pie chart. And as a fraction, this pie chart is 1, it is as a whole, and is 1, meaning that all the fractions within the pie chart here, when you add them, they must give you 1 as a whole. So fractional pie charts, they add up to 1 as a whole. Then percentage pie charts, they add to 100%. Then the degree pie charts, they add to 360 degrees. And again, these things, the three things, they are interchangeable. So meaning that we can change a percentage to a degree. How? So what is the total degree? It is, for example, 10% as a degree. It means that I'm going to write 10 out of 100, then times 360 degrees. If I have a fraction and I want to change it to a degree, it will be, for example, a quarter. So it will be a quarter of 360 degrees, right? And if it can even they can give me a degree, then I change a degree to a fraction. For example, they can give me 120 degrees. Now this 120 degree, it means that it is 120 out of 360. Then I divide, then I get a fraction. Or they can tell me to change this 1 degree into a percentage. So this is 120 out of 360, because this degree here means 360, the total degree, then times 100%. Or I have to first change to a fraction, then a fraction to a percentage. Are we there? So that is the brief notes and precise and well explained hints about the pie charts. So let us go and see some examples. How do we deal with these pie charts here? They're telling us that the pie chart below, or the pie charts we are going to find there, the pie chart we are going to find there, it shows how Timothy spent his monthly salary. Let us get to see. Now So it is showing us how Timothy spent his monthly salary. It is this same pie chart here. So I spent 120 degrees on food, on fees, and he spent 110 degrees on food and rent, that degree which we don't know. Then the question is telling us to find the value of y. Now let us start with this one. Let us find the value of y here. So to get the value of y, you have to first identify which type of circle graph it's being given. Now when you look at this circle graph here, it is a degree circle graph, meaning that it adds up to 360 degrees. So we start with our unknown, that is y. We add on 120 degrees, then we add on 110 degrees spent on food. The total must be 360. So y plus, from our algebra, let us add 120 plus 110, this is a 0, 3 and a 2, so it adds up to 330 degrees, giving us 360 degrees. So we solve the equation. Y plus 230 degrees minus 230 degrees is giving us 360 degrees minus 230 degrees. So y here is giving us, let us subtract 360, 230, this is a 0, a 3, a 1, so it is equivalent to 130 degrees. So the value of y, or the degree he spent on rent, it is 130 degrees. Okay, so they are telling us that express the degree he spent on fees as a fraction. So they want us to write that degree. What was the degree? The degree was, or is, 120 degrees. So we have to write this one as a fraction. So it's going to be 120 out of 360. So their degrees. So a 0 with a 0. Then we have a 12 out of 30, a 6 by 2. There are 6. How many 2's are in 36? How many 2's are in 3? 1 remainder 1. How many 2's are in 16? 8. How many 2's are in 18? There are 9. How many 2's are in 3? There are 3. So we have 3 out of 9, but still they have a common divisor. By 3, a 1. By 3, 3. So he spent a third on fees, right? Okay, so let us now get to see if they told us to change the degree he spent on food, whereby on food he spent 110 degrees. So this is 110 out of 360, 0 with a 0, so we have 11 out of 36. Now these ones, they don't have common divisor, so meaning that we need to get a balance. The other one is going to be on rent he spent 130 degrees, which is going to be 130 out of 360, 0 with a 0, so he spent 13 out of 36. Are you getting? Now meaning that this one was reduced, meaning that this one was 12 out of 36, meaning that the pie chart, that circle, was divided into 36 portions, whereby this one took 13 out of 36, then 11 out of 36, which says that if we add 11 out of 36 plus 13 out of 36, we are going to get 20 what? This is 13, 11, this is a 4, and this is 24 out of 36. So now I'm on food and rent, meaning that on fees it will be now 36 out of 36 minus 24 out of 36, which is going to be now 34 minus 24, which is 12 out of 36. Can get one, but we reduced it to the simplest term because it had common divisors. So this is the fraction, this is the fraction, and this one is the fraction there. Okay, so they are telling us that if he earns 120,000 as his salary, how much does he spend on food? How much does he spend on food? So on food he spends 110. Then in terms of fractions, it's going to be 110 out of 360 times the total amount, that is 120,000 shillings. So this is 0 with a 0, so we are having 11 out of 36 times 120, 0, 0, 0. So by 12 here we are having how many 36s in 12? So by 12 we are having 3 of them, right? Then by 12 here we are having 10,000 here, right? Then 10,000 times 11 we are getting 11, then 0, then we add on our 3 zeros here. So divide by 3. This is the amount of money by 3 1. How many 3s are in 3? They are going to be 3. That's 9, 10, 11. Remainder 2. This is going to be they are going to be how many 3s are there? They are going to be 8 3s. 6. No, they are going to be 6 3 3 6 3 3. That is 6. Then 3 3. They are going to be 6 here. Now if the 60 then remain, that's 18, remainder 2, it's going to be 60, remainder 60, so it's going to be 3 6 6 6 and a half, or 6 out of no remainder 2 out of 3 shillings in this term here. Okay, so let us get another pie chart here. All right, so this pie chart, they are telling us that 4 people shared emitwalo atano mwena 440,000 shillings as shown on a pie chart. So this pie chart is also in degrees, so it is a degree pie chart. So we have Alice, we have Roy, we have Paul, and we have 4Z. So this is 4Z, and this 4Z got X, so they're telling us to get the value of X. Now which degree did the X share? So the total degree, so we are starting with the 4Z, then plus 100 degrees, then plus 70 degrees, then plus 80 degrees. This one's giving us 360 degrees. Then X plus 100 plus 70, that is 170. So 170 plus 80, 170. This is 170 plus 80, 0, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is 250 degrees is giving us 360 degrees. So X plus 250 degrees minus 250 degrees giving us 360 minus 250 degrees. Alright, so this is X giving us 360, take away 250, 0, this is 1, 1, so is equivalent to 110 degrees. How much did each get? Now to know how much did each get, now we are going to express their degrees in terms of fractions, then from fractions in terms of money, or we can do it at a go. Now let us start with who? Let us start with Als. So Als go to 100 out of 360 times that total amount, because the amount is given, right? So the amount is given, it is 540,000. So this is 0, goes with a 0. Now by 2 here we get 18, then by 2 we get a 5, then by 2 here we are getting 9, by 2 into 5 it is a 2 remainder 1, making this one 14, by 2 7, then 0, then 0, then 0, then 0. So by 9 here 1, by 9 and there are going to be 3 9s, so 3 times 5 is going to be 15, add on 1 2 3 4, so 1 2 3 4. So this one yafuna emitwalo 15. Okay, let us get let me divide here. So let us get this for who? For Paul. Let us get Paul's income. So it is 80 out of 360 times the total amount 540,000 shillings, 0 with a 0, by 2 4, by 2 18, by 2 9, by 2 2. So by 3 by 3 3 by 3 3. Then how many 3s are in 5? 1 3 remainder 1 3 remainder 2. How many 3s are in this one? In 24, that's 18. Then 0 0 0 0. Then by 3 1. Then how many 3s are in 18? How many 3s are in 18? They are going to be 3 3 60, 3 3 12, 3 3 how many are those? They are going to be 63. 6 times this one, it is 12, add on the 4 zeros on enough. Then lastly we have Z, that is 110 out of 360 times 5 4 0 0 0, 3 zeros here. Now 0 with a 0, by 2 let us take by 2 here, it is going to be this is by 2, it is 18, then by 2 here it's going to be 27, then 4 zeros, by 9 it's going to be 2, by 9 it's going to be 30,000, then by 2 ones, by 2 it's going to be 15. So this is 15,000 then times 11, meaning that 15 times 11, this is 5511. So this is 561, sorry. So it is 165, then add on the 3 zeros. So this is the amount she obtained for Z. Then how much more did for Z get than Paul? So we are getting now how much more. Much more, it means we are getting difference. So how much more here? We are now going to get the difference. So we are getting 4Z minus the Paul. 4Z got shillings 16. 4Z got shillings 165,000 minus shillings for Paul got 12,000. Now this is 120,000 shillings. So we are subtracting 0, 0, 0. This is a 5, then a 4. So this one got 45,000 shillings more than Paul. Okay, so let us look at this other one. So this other one, they are telling us that a pie chart below shows how a man spent shillings 120,000. So this pie chart is showing us how this man spent his 120,000 shillings here. So sorry, so they are telling us that here he spent 120, then automatically this one is not given, and this is X, right? Now, as a good learner, which pie chart is this one? It is a fractional pie chart, and this one is a common trick. They give this one and say, teacher, here it is missing. Oh no. So what is this one? It is a standard angle, and this standard angle is a right angle, and right angles add up to 90. Have you gotten that? Yes. Okay, so we are getting this X plus 120, then plus our 90 degrees is giving us 360 degrees. So X plus 120, 12 plus 9, 9, 10, 11, then this is 21, right? 9, 10, 11, then 21. So this is 210 degrees minus 200 minus 210 degrees is equal to 360 degrees minus 210 degrees. So X here is equal to, then we are having 360 minus 210, this is 0, this is 5 1, so it's equal to 150 degrees. They are saying that how much did he spend on fees? On fees he spent 120 degrees. So in terms of fraction, 120 out of 360. In terms of fees, that is 120,000. So 0 by 0 by 12, 1 by 12, 2 by 2, 1 by 2, 6, 0, then 0, 0, 0. So he spent 60,000 shillings. The school was cheap. So how much does he save? So savings, he saved 90 degrees. That is 90 out of 360. So times the total amount, 120,000. So a 0 is a 0. By 9, 1 by 9. There are how many 9s in 36? There are 4 9s. By 4, 1. How many 4s are in 12? There are 3 in 0, 0. So 0, 0, 0. So he saved 30,000 shillings. Okay, so how much more did he spend on fees than on what? On rent. I mean on savings. So here we are getting, if they say how much more, we are getting the difference. So how much more? So here we are getting on fees than fees. So we get fees minus savings. On fees he spent 60,000 shillings. Take away the 30 for savings. So this is 0 0 0 then 0 3. So there he saved, I mean he spent 30,000 more on fees than on savings. Okay, so we have another here. A pie chart below represents the expenditure and savings of a family which earns emitwalo mwenda mukakaga. So find this. Now this one is involving algebra, and now when you look at this pie chart, it is a percentage pie chart. Have you seen that? It is a percentage pie chart, which means now we are not dealing with the degrees. Now here we are dealing with the percentages. So it's going to be 3x plus 10, then plus x plus 20 plus x plus 10 is giving us 100%. Why? They are percentages. Now we collect like terms from algebra. Then 3x plus 2x plus x plus 10 plus 20 plus 10, right, is giving us 100%. Now this is 5, this is 6x plus 10 so plus 40 minus 40 is equal to 100% minus 40%, because these are percentages, right? Then we have 6x is giving us 60%. Divide by 60, divide by 60. X is equal to by 60, 1 by 60, it is 10. So x mulimubuli x jola belimu 10%. How much did he spend on rent? So what is our rent here? Now our rent took 3x plus 10%. Now this is 3 times 10 plus 10%. Now this is going to be 30. This is 30 plus, this is 30 plus 10%. Now this is going to be 40%. Now how much? So this is 40 out of 100 times that total amount which was given as emitwalo mwenda mukakaga. So 0 0 0 0. So 4 times 6, that is 24. We put here 4 times 9, 36 plus this one 38. Add on how many zeros? 2 zeros. This 0 and this 0, 0 0. So 1 2 3. Yes, that was spent on rent. Oh, which house was this? So cheap. Okay, my dear Lana, I want you to try out this one. Now this one, it is this pie chart, it is in degrees. So this one is a degree pie chart. So to find, I want you to find this one. Then this fourth grade, we make it x. So you find out this, the fourth grade, it is x. So we meet in the next lesson. I'm waiting for your answer.